Hi everyone, I'm Kim,
I'm Tom.
and we are the founders of Piper Moon Yoga. Yeah. And today we're going to talk a little bit about our vegan journey. And this isn't a video to, try to convert people to veganism. It's not preachy, it's not judgy. This is just, our experience. And if you're vegan curious or you just want to learn more, we just wanted to be able to share our experience
I
with you.
remember that first week. Do you recall that? Like, what was the biggest thing that we were afraid of? I think it was
It
cheese,
was
right? Because we
cheese.
love to eat
We ate
cheese.
a lot of cheese, but um, we don't miss it,
No,
right?
no.
We do get that question a lot, like, what do you do about cheese? And be honest, there's a ton of vegan cheeses out there. Haven't really found one
A
that,
lot of it's nasty. Like if you
yeah.
if you want to go out to a restaurant and eat like vegan mac and cheese, I don't know that you're gonna find a really good meal.
We haven't found one yet, but your tastes do change and adapt. But I think once you stop eating something, you stop craving it. Although we do have our saving grace with cheese because I'm an Italian girl and we eat a lot of pasta. I need to put some kind of cheese on my pasta. So we make a vegan parmesan, which is a
When you
recipe
say we, that's
I
I
I
really
make the vegan parmesan, and it's a recipe from Minimalist Baker, and I'll actually link that in the description. I make a batch of this every week. We just use a ton of it. So anyway, that was our
yeah.
detour on cheese.
I was like, I wasn't sure that I could do it. Like to give up the meat. And we did watch a couple of videos about what it is to be vegan, and I think they recommend like, well, we have B12s, the vitamins that we take,
We do, yeah.
so like the questions that I had, because I'm like, I have this questioning mind about everything. And I was like, how natural could that be? Like, if you've got to take a supplement to keep your body healthy. And I think we saw in one of the videos is people pick up B12 in a natural way, not necessarily through meat and eating animals. It's just if you would have been living, out in the wilderness, drinking from streams and those kinds of things, there's probably natural ways that you would have picked that up. But because of the way that we buy our groceries, and that's just not part of our diet. So we do take that supplement. What else do we do?
Well, we take vitamin C, but not because we're vegan, just because health. And we also take vitamin D because
We live in
we live
Ohio.
in Ohio,
We don't see the sun in
yeah.
sometimes like days and weeks. So
Yes, and most people that live in this kind of environment have a vitamin D deficiency. So, but why did we become vegan? Why did you become vegan?
I think I was raised on a farm, and we raised our own beef and hogs and chickens, and it's just I grew up that way, and it was just for me a natural, part of my diet. But I've had different, I worked different places, Campbell Soup, and it's just um, when you like learn a little bit about the process of animals are being raised for the purpose of feeding us, it just kind of made me question my approach, and it doesn't have to be part of your diet. So it's it's amazingly easy. Like, hey, how great is that you could still get everything that you need to eat and cause no harm to animals?
Yeah, and I had been vegetarian for about a year before we went vegan, and the reason I went vegetarian instead of vegan is some of it I just didn't understand like what was actually happening in the dairy industry. Like I knew like okay, if I'm eating a piece of chicken, I'm eating an animal, but I didn't really put together the other side of it. And then I also thought vegan, wow, that seems extreme. That's like going to be really restrictive. And that certainly hasn't been the case. But for me, I love animals and I would never want to do anything to harm them. So it just, going vegan just totally aligned with, my beliefs and my values, and same for you. And also changes the way you look at, even things in your home, right? Like the products you use, and are they, tested on animals? Are they environmentally friendly and that kind of thing? So
we choose that lifestyle for ourselves, but we kind of joke with our people that visit, or the kids, or we call them Vikings, because we don't want to put our lifestyle on other people. It's a personal choice. It's not for everybody, but it's very cool that you can share that story even with a young child, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they just to explain the thought process and why we eat the way that we do. And it's funny, they ask us like, oh, can you eat pretzels? Yeah, you can, sure. There's like so many things you can eat. And you can see it's so ingrained in everybody through commercials, and it's like you have to make meat part of your diet. And they almost, I can see sometimes when they look at what we eat, they like don't even want to give it a try because yuck, it's vegan, right?
There's definitely the stigma around vegan, right? The word vegan, and but there's so many wonderful foods that you can eat that are just naturally just don't have any animal products. So obviously fruits and vegetables, grains, beans, there's just a ton of.
What are our comfort foods that we have?
Our comfort foods. Well, we make a vegan chili, and we'll usually spread that out over a few days. So one day we'll have the chili, and then the next day maybe we'll make up some some potatoes and
Don't
put
worry,
the chili
Pipes,
on.
we're not going to eat you.
Yeah, there's Pipes, everyone. She sees that we're doing something that's not involving her. She wants to be part of it. So yeah, it's soups and pastas, and I don't really feel like we're suffering.
There's no suffering.
There's definitely not. We definitely, since going vegan, I cook more, and I experiment with different types of ingredients, vegetables, tofu, which I always thought was just tofu, and granted, tofu just has a weird name and it just doesn't sound appealing, but man, we can make some really good, delicious tofu.
I would say that you won't necessarily lose weight on a vegan diet. It's not a real diet that way, because there are plenty of things. You can still have chocolate, non-dairy chocolate, and there's so many choices that you can have. And I still need to lose some weight, but I've been losing weight very gradually, and I don't feel like it's not a diet. It's just
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's all it is. I even had some blood work like soon after that we started a vegan diet, and I was pre-diabetic, and I had my blood work in, took it to the doctor, and he looked at it. My cholesterol was below 150. My A1C was, I think it was below 5.7. And it was every aspect, my blood pressure, heart rate, every aspect of my health got better. I don't take any meds whatsoever. I feel better now than what I ever had. So.
Yeah, and for me physically, my energy has definitely improved, and it was very noticeable when we first went on or changed our lifestyle. But then your body adapts, right? And then it's like you just get used to a different level of energy.
Until you eat something bad.
Well, when we eat something that's like
What's
Yeah.
bad for us is like we had some cake recently, right? Carrot cake,
Yeah.
and it had a lot of sugar in it. Oh,
Which is not to say, I mean, we eat plenty of sugar and all that, but you know, when we go through like a period of like, you know, eating foods that we're not used to eating, like cakes or, you know, lots of processed foods, your body definitely feels it more,
Mhm.
wouldn't you say? Yeah.
like the apple that we had this morning with our lunch. It was, you notice the taste more. Like
Yeah.
you can almost like feel the sugar from the apple, and it's very satisfying that way.
Yeah. A question that I often get is it expensive to eat vegan? And I'll say yes and no. The whole type foods that you're eating, like fruits and vegetables and grains and beans, they're certainly less expensive than animal products. Where things get a little bit pricier are like plant-based alternatives. So certainly if you do like the Beyond meats or any of the like the fake meats, those are just more expensive. We don't, that's not really our thing. We don't really want to eat that, but you know, things like, you know, almond milk, at least in our experience, a little bit more expensive than regular milk. Same thing with you know, like our vegan mayo, but you know, it really kind of balances out. It's not so much more expensive that it, you know, it's more expensive than eating a meat diet. Wouldn't you say?
So true.
So true. Let's see what else.
That's our experience.
Yeah. So on our website, pipermoonyoga.com, in the blog section, we're sharing some of our favorite recipes. And you may say, well, what do vegan recipes have to do with a yoga website? Well, it's just our lifestyle, right? And our, you know, our path to wellness and how we live. And we just want to share some of our favorite recipes. Maybe it inspires you to try something different. And, you know, just experiment, see what works for you. Try something different. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right. Well, thanks for bearing with us and, you know, listening to our ramblings on veganism. If you have any questions or, you know, you want to, you know, explore a little bit further or get some clarification, just, you know, leave us a comment. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. It's free for you. It's super helpful for us. And happy cooking, happier eating. Bye, everyone.
Bye.